Hi guys, one of the most reoccurring questions that I've received in the past day and a half after I shared my last video where I shared with you guys the updated protocols for international travelers coming into Nigeria has been: what are the protocols for those of us or those people that want to leave Nigeria and travel to a different country? What are the rules that we need to adhere by? And I get it, there hasn't really been much sort of clarity or concisement or something with regard to that. That is exactly what this video is all about. Before I get started, I want to say a huge thank you to you. Yes, you. My channel has made it to 25,000 subscribers, which is insane in my mind to think 25,000 people deem my channel worthy of watching. Like, thank you so much for the views, for the likes, for the comments. Like, your comments, like, you guys know I love engaging with you guys. Thank you for being present. I really, really appreciate it. If it's your first time here, my name is Sassy Funke and I'm a Nigerian travel and lifestyle content creator. I'm also the founder of Travel to Niger. Travel to Niger is the #1 trusted platform for travel to and from Nigeria. On our Instagram page right now, we've really been focused on sharing information to really help give the Nigerian traveler much more clarity during this pandemic period. There is so much more to come on this platform, even beyond the pandemic. So make sure you follow Travel to Niger on Instagram and turn on your notifications. You can also check out our website, www.traveltoniger.com, where we share information that every Nigerian traveler will need at some point in their travel journey. So to get straight into this video, I first of all want to say that I think the reason why the government has not overemphasized or during their presidential task force briefing, they don't really talk so much about passengers leaving the country, right, is because a lot of the rules and regulations that passengers have to adhere to is determined by the country they're going to, right? Similarly, the way where people are coming to Nigeria and we have rules for arriving in Nigeria, people in the UK will have rules for arriving in the UK, in Canada, in the US. So a lot of the rules has to do more with the other country. So what I will do is I'm going to link in the description box below some of the rules or requirements for traveling to some of these key countries like the UK, the US, and Canada, whether or not they're allowing Nigerians to enter at the moment. If so, if they have self-isolation rules, I'm just going to put the link in the description box because obviously things change over time and this link will have the most updated information. Definitely check that out. Nevertheless, there are some rules that you still need to sort of abide with if you have to leave Nigeria, and I'm going to go through these rules with you very carefully. If after I explain them and you still have questions, as always, feel free to drop a question in the comment section, and even more so, you can follow our Facebook group, Travel to Niger Facebook group. I'll leave the link below. It's a private group whereby you can send specific questions, and basically the community is geared to basically help everybody out with the information they have. So make sure you join the group. The link will be below. So I'm going to be reading from my phone. So in case you see me looking here, it's because I want to get the information right. #1, if your arriving country requires you to do a COVID test, you need to A, fill out the passenger self-reporting form. For travelers leaving Nigeria to countries that require a PCR negative result as a supporting travel document, visit nitp.ncdc.gov.ng and fill out the passenger self-reporting form. B, choose an appointment date. Select an appointment date and laboratory for the COVID-19 test.
So guys, I realized I kept on saying throughout this video, laboratory. It's a laboratory, like a lab. So please excuse the way I said it.
Online payment will be required, which means you need to pay online on the spot there. C, you need to obtain a payment receipt. You will receive a payment receipt confirming your appointment once you've made payment. D, take the COVID test. So you basically, with your receipt, go to your selected laboratory, and on your appointment date, your test results will then be sent to you via email. And I believe it should be sent to you within 48 hours. Some of you might ask, Funke, do I have to use the labs that they tell me if there's a lab I know here that is 20,000 naira cheaper? The question is, I don't really know if you can do that, but would I advise you to do that? No. I would advise you to follow the rules. Basically what they've said, just use their website, pay the fee to the person they say you should pay it for, and do the test from where they tell you to do the test. The reason why I'm saying this is, you do not want a situation, because we know it's possible, when you're ready, you get to the airport and you're like gang, and you show your COVID test and they're like, no sister, this thing is fake, and you'll be thinking, fake after you spent 10,000 naira at Yabasira's laboratory. You know what I mean? Like, to avoid all that confusion, just do a test from the labs that they've recommended, that they've said you should do the test from. Avoid stress in your life. Like, it's been a stressful year already. Just avoid the stress. So in this particular section now, I'm going to be sharing specific protocols that FAN has put together. And these protocols really is more about behavior, how to behave, and also what to expect at the airport. Firstly, you are advised to get to the airport at least 3 hours before your flight time due to new safety checks. Obviously, take into account traffic when you're doing this, because traffic is part of it all. And yes, it will take longer to do all these checks now, so it's important to get to the airport. And some of you might think, the airport will not be busy now, with the fact that they're limiting how many planes and how many passengers come into Nigeria. Yes, but even though they're limiting how many passengers come in, I think currently it's 200 passengers per flight coming in, they are not limiting any passenger going out. If your plane can take 1,000, they will allow that 1,000 people to basically leave the country. Airlines are not restricted from how many passengers they can take out of the airport. So it's important that you make sure you get there on time and everything is smooth and you don't miss your flight. Number 2, only passengers will be allowed into the terminal building. This is something all of us are guilty of now. Normally, we go to the airport, international airports, to I take my brother, my father, my mother, my cousin, my friends, they all, we drag ourselves to the airport to do send-off, They're now saying that is not going to be allowed, and they're probably going to check it by checking your passport and your ticket details before letting you actually get into the airport. And I think this makes sense, because we don't need, if they're trying to do social distancing, you don't need more people there to cause confusion. Next, your luggage and footwear will be disinfected, and you must wash your hands before you enter the terminal building. So this is just to let you know that once you get to the airport, they might be spraying your luggage with some, chemicals. So for you to be aware that this is what the standard of what is done for everybody. So don't be afraid when you see that happen. You must come to the airport with your face mask on and leave it on as long as you're in the airport. So yes, you have to put your face mask on at the airport. That is standard now. I don't think that should be a shock to anybody. It's to be expected to prevent the, potential spread of COVID. It makes sense. At the airport, you need to maintain at least a 2-meter physical distance from other travelers at every point whilst you're in the terminal. So basically just, distance yourself. But what's really good, and you should know this, is that at the airport, you're going to see floor markings, footprint markings, whereby you have to stand. And this helps because they are socially distanced markings. So when you're queuing to check in at the airport, you know exactly where to stand so that you're not in anybody else's, circumference. Next, they said avoid touching unnecessary surfaces in the airport. This is standard. To stop the spread of COVID, it's important that you don't touch surfaces, you don't try, basically avoid transmission. And I think you shouldn't be touching anything at that airport in general anyway. I think you need to be just hands to yourself and be safe. Finally, they also mentioned that passengers traveling with pets must get the necessary clearance from Nigerian Agricultural Quarantine Services. So that's good. If you have a pet, you know that you need to get additional clearance from the Nigerian Agricultural Quarantine Services. So guys, that is pretty much the whole video. I really hope it's been really useful. If after this video you have a lot of questions, as always, feel free to leave a comment below in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share this video. Thank you again so much for your support and for just all the compliments I've received with regard to my previous videos. I really and truly appreciate every single one of you guys. Finally, if you have any sort of like video suggestions with regard to information that you believe that will be useful for the general Nigerian public to know, that I can explain and create a video on, feel free to ask me in the comment section too. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you, and I will see you on my next video.